Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to Melbourne Ballpark here on the Back Diamond. You are watching the Australian Women's Youth Championship clash between WA and South Australia. Gemma Golding is stepping in to bat against Lily Ruskin for the start of this game. My name is Amy Cannington and I am your host for this afternoon. Played a little bit of baseball myself, 3 World Cups, left-handed pitcher. Love the game and I love being here at the championships. Joining me in the booth this afternoon, I've actually kicked Amy McCann out. She told her she's doing too many. She kicked me out of the booth this morning, so I've kicked her out. And I have Paul Vanderkoff joining us on this very windy afternoon.
Pleasure to be here as that one's sent down and it's gone fair, just bouncing over the base.
Oh, I've got 2 umpires calling 2 different things here. Who gets as an umpire yourself, who gets right of way there?
It is the call of where the ball gets to when it goes fair or foul. So the plate umpire will generally have it up until the leading edge of the base. And then the base umpire on third base line will have it from the edge of the base backwards. But they've come to an agreement there. It was just foul. It was very close. It was, in the outfield it landed definitely foul.
Gemma Golding is having a cracker tournament with the bat. She's hit herself a grand slam in earlier days of the tournament. And I think she's looking to start it off for her team here. WA is undefeated in this tournament and heading through to the finals. As I just hold down my monitor, the wind is so strong here that the monitor is about to fall out of the booth.
I know you will save it.
If I miss a play, you'll have to forgive me as Gemma takes a lead-off walk.
Same net result there.
Absolutely right. She got onto first base. Now the defensive lineup for South Australia as Miller Butler steps into the box. As we said, Lily Ruskin is pitching. Marley Frid is on the catching duties. Brooke McKechnie over at first base. Second base, Bella Quolman. Great leadoff strike there by Lily. Lillian Sterry at shortstop. I can't wait to see her hit today. Olivia George rounding off the infield at third base. Outfield going left to right. Juno Brumley, Grace Sands and Kaya Weeks. Golding takes off and that throw just a little bit wide by Marley Frid. Now, if you're new to this tournament, you may not realise that we're playing on a smaller diamond. This is only 60 feet base paths, which means it is a really tall order to get someone out stealing.
Well, we've been looking at the catches' pop times and we've been very impressed with what we've seen. There've been a lot of close plays at second and generally it's come down to, has the ball just tailed a little bit with the wind, taken away from the base, or has it just popped out of the glove as they put the tag on? It's sort of very few going and standing up.
Absolutely. It's a very competitive field of tournament that we've seen here this week as another very close play there. Gemma Golding sliding in to third base. A great throw but there by Marley Frid. Miller Butler just checking the count. Looking to put the ball in play and score her team a run at the early stages of this game. You blink and this game is over. They move so fast. Don't get distracted by looking at all the trains going past.
I like trains.
You like trains? Yeah, well, I think that one's headed to Melbourne, the 134.
That's a strikeout.
Yes. Nice low pitch there by Lily Ruskin. Really important for the pitchers to be throwing lots of strikes. Miller Butler will go take a seat and get out of this wind for a moment. It is tiring being in this wind all day.
And yet it's a warm day out here. If there wasn't for the wind, it would be a lovely day. It's just, the temperature is good. There's rain on the forecast, but this game should get through without any issues.
Yes, I did see that, there was rain, but it was going to be 24, so I got excited. But now I think I'm just got windburn as that one just gets away on the throwback to the pitcher, and Gemma Golding crosses the plate.
And creating some washing for the team manager there.
Yep, some great heads-up base running there. It's really easy as a base runner on third base to just to get caught up in the motion of taking your lead and coming back and taking your lead and coming back. But not Gemma Golding. She was watching that ball. She saw that ball get past the pitcher, and she scored, getting WA ahead in this game.
Well, WA is on top of the table, and they've been playing quality baseball all of the tournament so far, and they'll be looking for every advantage they can get.
Absolutely, and this is South Australia's second game of the day. They did go down to New South Wales this morning. Sometimes the scorecards in these games don't reflect the quality. It's very easy for a lot of runs to be scored sometimes. But they've come back here, got some players in different positions, which I do love about the junior tournament. Everyone plays everywhere. And we see Summer Hiscock there taking a walk. Bringing in the big number 5, Lily Duckworth, who is another home run hitter of this tournament.
Yeah, the home run fence has taken a bit of a battering this week.
Hiscock is off and racing to second base. Beautiful pop-up slide there. Yes, the home run fence has taken quite a beating.
Couple of holes.
Yes. Oh, I can actually see a hole in centre left and down the left field line.
And there have been at least 3 or 4 hits in the last game that I've seen out here where it's come off the yellow warning at the top of the fence and bounced in. So
absolutely,
a lot of players are either putting it over or getting tantalisingly close.
Yeah, yes, and you never. It's you're always a little bit proud of yourself when you get that close. But and there's another driving hit by Lily Duckworth, and that is a home run.
Commentator's blessing, hey?
Lily Duckworth high-fiving Lillian Sterry and Olivia George on her way past. What great camaraderie there is in this tournament between the players. But Lily Duckworth, that was no question. And WA get around her. WA lead this game very quickly, 3-0.
What a start.
Absolutely.
Well, that clears the bases off. They've already got one out, so hopefully Lily can settle down now, just focus on playing catch with the catcher, get some ground balls.
Absolutely. It's so hard as being a pitcher in this tournament with, these really, really explosive bats, and, the hitters in this tournament have been working so hard on their swings, going to a variety of tournaments, as we see Jamie Vlasic in to bat for WA, that it's really hard to be a pitcher sometimes. It's hard to come back after a home run and to resettle yourself. But I can see Lily Ruskin's she's looking calm on the mound there, which I love. And she's thrown a beautiful pitch for a swinging strike there.
Well, the coaches, especially in youth teams, coaches are part training skills and also motivation and psychology. Knowing when to come out and have a chat, just calm the team down, crack a joke, check in with everyone, make sure they're feeling good, and just reassure them that, we're here to win, but we're also here to have fun, and it is a game.
It is a game,
you're here with
absolutely
your friends,
right.
Playing as hard as you can, but having fun at the same time.
As we saw, as Lily Duckworth was just rounding, shortstop and third base, both high fives to both of the opposition players. They're saying, yep, great knock. Good job. Oh, this one's drilled towards Lillian Sterry, but she picks it up cleanly. And, what a jumping play by Brooke McKechnie to get that secondary out. Paul, on that replay, can you take us through this beautiful play?
Look, it was a sharp hit ball. Lillian had to kind of brace herself, a drop step almost, just to pick it up on a good, comfortable hop. Then a couple of pumps. Throws it over. Just sails it slightly, but doesn't overcook it. Nice, easy up and down job there from McKechnie at first.
And that is the second out for WA for this inning. Lily Ruskin looking to get out of this inning without any more runs. Keep it nice and close. These games have a tendency of getting away quickly on you.
And not a whole lot of time to make the comeback. The games are around an hour 40, so you can't really sort of set yourself up for coming back a couple of hours later, keep the game going longer. These games do move quickly and they do approach their drop dead time.
Oh, they move so quickly. It's really hard to keep up sometimes. I've got my scoring sheets in front of me, and I've got my fielding positions and such. And later in the game, when there's all these changes, I get a little bit lost, I'll be honest. But
I just make it up.
Look, it just means that I get to concentrate on the great quality baseball that we're seeing here out on the back diamond at Altona. We know that South Australia and WA have a great history playing each other in this tournament. South Australia have been victorious in this competition for the last 2 years in a row. But they've had a lot of their players graduate out of the youth and go and join the women's tournament. So this team, the South Australian team, is actually very new. They've got 13 of their players who it's their first tournament. But if I hadn't have told you that, you wouldn't have been able to realise, would you?
No, and the thing is, with so many new players coming in, they have got another 2 years at least playing in this tournament. So the experience they're getting as well from not only their own teammates, but also just playing against quality opposition. Because in your own city, you sort of see the same teams over and over again. You get to know who's who. But this is new faces, new opponents.
As Lily Ruskin strikes out Elizabeth Stewart to get the third out of the inning and keep WA to 3 runs. How important is it for South Australia to come back and try and get on the board in this first inning?
Look, both teams in this game are through to the next round. So they're wanting to, they'll play hard, they'll play for pride, but they're not looking to do anything short-term focused. They're looking, still planning ahead for the week of games to come. So, they're playing for honour, playing, probably the respect is going to be the key thing today. Like, both teams are going to be playing respectfully to each other. No one's going to be looking for, any kind of contact or digging down on someone. They're going to be here just to play good, fun baseball and recognise each other's skills and achievements as the game goes on.
Look, and that's another thing. We love this tournament for so many reasons, but the fun that is had in this tournament by all of the players it's so clear. Like you see and you hear, you hear all of them all the time. They're all up on the fence, they're all yelling, they're all cheering each other on. After the games, they're all giving each other high fives. A lot of these players know each other from these competitions, from, things like the Barclay Cup and a variety of different competitions that they all get to play in and participate in. And it's really fun and really great to see that the world of junior baseball, it's a whole team.
Well, there's also the development opportunities they have now, which are sort of privately being organised, like Legacy and Down Under. And just having those opportunities here in Australia, which you would think, 10, 20 years ago, they weren't commercially viable, but now they're going and they're growing.
First pitch from Sarah Scott is drilled right back at her by Olivia George. Too hot to handle for Sarah Scott, and Olivia George is on first base. As we said, those games are so fast. It was one pitch and we've already got a runner on first base with Juno Bromley up to bat. I will quickly run through the defensive lineup for WA. Sarah Scott is pitching to Gemma Golding. Elizabeth Stewart is over on first base. Oh, what a play by Gemma Golding. Olivia George tried to snag herself a steal, but the stellar arm of Gemma Golding would have caught her if it would have been held on to.
It just got popped out in the contact of the tag.
And that happens. It absolutely happens. Second base, we have Miller Butler. Shortstop, Summer Hiscott. Third base, Jamie Vlasic. Great swing by Juno Bromley. And the outfield, left to right, Amani Morowick, Emerson Padfield, and Sienna Seller.
That steal just then, that's why as an umpire, you don't make a call straight away. You wait and see. Wait until the player's finished and the fielder can even show you the ball that they've got it in their glove. Nothing worse as an umpire than calling a out, I mean safe, and everyone's seeing the double call.
And then everyone's questioning all of your calls for the rest of the game.
Well, not only that, but also then your partners on the field are going, oh, hey, you got tricked. I wouldn't have got tricked like that.
Gotcha. Oh, nice little look back there by Scott. I like her arm angle. It's not a really traditional high. It's a little bit out to the side. And, you know, we all throw differently, and that's obviously the way that she throws. But it means that she's going to get some different spin on the pitches. If/when she throws off-speed pitches, she'll get different movement. And we've got a pick-off attempt at second base.
Great spin.
Absolutely. Great spin. Great communication there by Summer Hiscock. Keeping that runner close. Look at that beautiful pitch. Juno Brumley is heading back to the dugout, and WA have themselves their first out. Up to bat, someone I'm very excited about watching hit, Lillian Sterry.
Media darling, Lillian Sterry.
Absolutely. She is a fantastic hitter. One of those returning players from the previous championship winning team. As that one gets away from Gemma Golding and advances Olivia George to third base.
The umpires for this game on home plate, Liliana Ostara. First base is Tess Sard, and then Cassandra Lee Hall holding down third base.
Oh, thank you. I never know where to look for the umpires, but a big shout out to the all-female crew here at the tournament today and this week. Nice pitch there, just a little bit inside. South Australia looking to come back and score their first run of this game. Probably with this at-bat, I would say.
Oh, don't jinx anything.
Never. Try not giving Lillian Sterry too much to hit. That one just clips the outside. Not the pitch you want to be hitting when the count is a lot more your way.
Yep, 3-0. I was always told if you're going to hit it, you better hit it well. Otherwise, the coach is going to be very upset.
Yes. And that one is outside, and she takes a walk. Great team batting there by Lillian Sterry.
Great discipline.
Absolutely. It is really hard to go up there sometimes when all you want to do is hit the ball, and you just don't get a pitch for you in your at-bat. But that's okay, because that's why we play a team game. And Lily Ruskin steps up to the plate. Pitching and batting for Lillian Sterry takes off. That one goes past the shortstop. Miller Butler is in a great position to take that, but unable to apply the tag to Lillian Sterry, who gets herself a stolen base. Another great throw by Gemma Golding, though.
Just swung over the top of that one. Absolutely one worth going for.
Absolutely. Looking to hit the ball on the ground here through the field, or a fly ball to the outfield for that RBI. Okay, that one's a bit foul ball over the fence here.
Into the snake pit. We have had a couple of snakes out here on the second diamond during the week, so hopefully they're, I don't know, tucked up in bed today, but they were slithering around in the cold weather, which was unusual.
Oh, very unusual, and that scared me. I don't like snakes. I just have to tell the great Eric Bolnar, sorry, I'm not coming back out here. I'm scared of snakes. Lily Ruskin back up to bat. 2 strikes on her. Oh, great swing and a great positioning of that pitch by Sarah Scott. Nice and low, meant that she had to swing at it, and that is the second out and the second K2 of this inning. Brooke McKechnie up to bat, looking to try and extend this South Australia batting inning as she drills that one down the third baseline into the South Australian coach's hands. Foul ball. Helping keep the bench players of WA's legs fresh by not making them chase it. Goes, that's all right, guys, I've got it. Oh, another foul ball there. Brooke McKechnie looking aggressive in the box. You have to be aggressive in the box when you've got a pitcher like Sarah Scott on the hill throwing lots of strikes.
Yeah. If she's not throwing a strike, she's throwing one that she hopes you will think will be a strike, make you chase it.
Absolutely, and that's a perfect two-strike pitch. It's just a little bit out of the zone, and she got a strikeout with that pitch in the last at bat. Shaking off her catcher, letting her know, no, I don't want that. I know what I want to pitch. And that's exactly it. A great inning there by Sarah Scott and WA to hold South Australia to no runs. We are at the end of the first. The score is 3-0 to WA. We will take a short break and be back with you soon. Welcome back to the windy western suburbs of Melbourne, here at Melbourne Ballpark. It is incredibly windy out here on Diamond 2 for this South Australia and WA clash. Amy Cannington here with Paul Vanderkoff. We're having a great time out here with this game, aren't we?
Yes, look, the sun is sort of peeking out now and then. It's just kind of half hidden by a cloud now. This wind is going to make things difficult for the outfielders. It's blowing out, so I think they're playing...
And then it's blowing in, and then it's blowing across, and then it's blowing up, and then it's blowing down.
It is swirly. At the moment, it is blowing out there, so yeah, if a batter gets onto it, it's going to probably travel further than what they think.
As Emerson Padfield steps in. Lily Ruskin threw lots of strikes in the last inning. Did a great job. A home run to Lily Duckworth from WA in that last inning. But a really good job to stop WA from scoring too many runs. So, and I can see she's coming out again, starting out by throwing lots of strikes. One just a little bit high.
Just held up in the wind a little bit, I think.
Absolutely. It is really hard to pitch in these sorts of situations. I remember a game where I was pitching, I'm pretty sure it was at Cronulla Baseball Club. And it was so windy, I legitimately had to step off. As my screen actually goes flying. Oh my goodness. I say it's windy and it is absolutely windy. I need a third hand because I've got one hand to hold the screen still. I've got one hand. I need to turn right-handed so I can score right-handed. And lucky I don't need any spare hands for anything else. But my goodness, as Emerson Padfield takes a walk to start this inning off.
Oh, it's all happening here.
Absolutely.
As it's going again.
Oh, it is the screen. It is. We'll just have to. Yeah, I need a clamp. Where's last game? Narelle Gostre was the tournament. Who's the tournament director? She was helping us out by she reconnected our canopy above us, and she was. Oh, the scorers are helping me out here, and they're passing over some duct tape. So we might see if I can duct tape the screen to the table. I'll see if that helps out at all.
Those noises in the background are the tape being used to tape down our monitor, not to try and gag me, as much as Amy might be thinking that.
Oh, not yet, not yet. Maybe later in the game, we'll see. But Amani Morowick is up to bat. Did not take long for Emerson Padfield to steal second base. A pop fly that goes into no man's land. Morowick is motoring up the first base line. Another great grab over there by Brooke McKechnie. And that gets Amani Morowick onto first base and Emerson Padfield onto third with none out. Sorry, I am still just duct taping my my monitor to the table here. That is how windy it is here at Altona. We're not going to be able to see. I don't know how the players actually can see anything. I'm getting dirt and dust in my eyes constantly as we've got a show bunt and a stolen base, and WA have two runners in scoring position.
With none out as well.
Yes, with none out. This WA team is unrelenting. They are taking whatever pitch that they get, and they are playing some hard-fought baseball.
Patient batting there by Sienna.
Thank you very much, scorers, for helping me out. My monitor might be safe for a little bit longer. Yes, Sienna Sealer is in to bat. Oh, beautiful pitch. Lily Ruskin, great job.
Right down Broadway.
I just feel like maybe it's just us that's getting this this really big wind, because the players do not look phased at all. You can see on the screen how much our as a play at the plate is not quite in time. Emerson Padfield scores. I was just saying, you can see on the monitor and on your screens how much the players' jerseys are blowing in the wind, but it's nothing to what it actually feels like, I think.
Well, I hope our lovely camera operator up in the scissor lift isn't blowing around back and forth. I would not want to be up there.
Yes, absolutely. I mean, yeah, the fact that the scissor lift is still standing. I mean. 3 balls, 1 strike on Sienna Sealer. Lily Ruskin checking that runner at third base. Strike 2. There's so many things to think about when you're pitching. You are trying to keep the runners close. You're trying to throw the strikes. You're thinking about different counts. You think about different hitters. You know, some people think the pitching is just standing up on the mound and throwing the ball, but it absolutely is not. I mean,
I've always found that one of the least helpful things that coaches can yell out is just throw strikes. It's like, well, I'm trying to.
Absolutely right. Yes.
Not a helpful comment.
Yes, that's it. Yeah. You know, when you catch a call's time and comes up to you, and you know you want something a little bit more constructive than, hey, just throw strikes, as if it's just that easy.
Well, apparently it is that easy, though. That was pretty good.
Absolutely. Lily Ruskin came back from 3-1 and has just struck out Sienna Sealer for the first out of that South Australian defensive inning, which brings back up Gemma Golding. Walked in her first at bat. Grand slammed in a previous one in a different game. Always ready for a nice highlight reel. And, oh, what a beautiful
And a
catch
double
there
up
by Lillian Sterry. And just not able to hold on to it. Oh, if Olivia had held on to that for 1 second more, it would have been a double play. A great grab by Lillian Sterry.
And great heads up, just to immediately knew if, you tell your kids when they're playing, tell to yourself, if the ball comes to me, I will do this. If I catch it, I will do this. And she knew straight away, I've catch it, I'm going straight to third.
Absolutely right. That was a great play by Lillian Sterry. I thought it was going to get over her head, but no, she fields her position very, very well out there. 2 outs for WA. Miller Butler in to bat. I was just looking at the outfielders out there and thinking about, how hard it must be in this tournament to play outfield, because you've got so many players who are so capable of hitting home runs. And I thought, would I be fielding on the fence or would I be fielding in a regulation fielding position? And I just thought, if you're fielding, like where they are now currently fielding is beautiful regulation, and anything over your head realistically is going for a home run. So there's not much point fielding much deeper than you currently are. Beautiful swing there by Butler.
Yeah, if there's one that's going to the fence or near the fence, you'll have time to get at least half dozen steps back that way. So you wouldn't be over-adjusting and overcompensating for anything.
Yeah, we see it up on the main field in the women's competition, players that are so competent of hitting home runs, which again, we have quite a few of them in this tournament, which is so exciting. And the fielders are just sitting right back in the outfield and just kind of allowing everything to drop in front of them. And it's that hard thing as an outfielder, which we'll have to talk to Amy McCann about, as Miller Butler has a swing, and that is the 3rd out of the inning. I'll have to talk to Amy McCann about when I let her back in the booth.
Tomorrow.
Maybe. I might let her back in tomorrow. I'm not sure. I might like this calling gig and I might kick her out permanently.
Tomorrow will be in the box, so we'll actually be protected from the wind.
Yes, maybe she will be, yeah. Yes, how you position yourself for those really, really good hitters.
I always like to rely on the coach telling me to go in or out or left or right, and that way if it goes to me, well, that's me just doing what I'm meant to do. But if it doesn't go there, that's the coach's fault. Oh. You sent me the wrong way.
Blame the coach. You heard it here first by Paul Vanderkoff. Just blame the coach if you're not in the right position.
If it works, you look like a genius.
Well, we did have WA score 1 run in that inning, which extends their lead 4-0 in the middle of this inning. What have you seen so far in this game that you've really liked?
For South Australia, I've liked the heads up, like the spiritual heads up. They the first inning they gave up a home run and they're congratulating, but you sort of know, well, that's a couple of runs and then another couple of runs, and so they gave up a few runs early. But when they were stepped in the batting box, they were looking to get on. They were looking to even out. They know they're still in this game. It's very early in the game. Yes, the games go quickly, but we're bottom second. They've got at least another 3 or 4 batting opportunities, and if they can just lock down the field like they did that last inning, they're on good track.
I'm really excited to watch Sarah Scott pitch again. I was very impressed by her pitching in that first inning. Lots of strikes. That little bit different arm angle, just getting that little bit of drop on some of those pitches. And real game. I love these little gamers. There's so many of them in this competition. Kaya Weeks up to bat for South Australia. Look at that beautiful little...
It's like a flat arm.
It is, isn't it? But it gets that little bit of dip at the end, which just makes it that much harder to hit as a batter.
I really like her form when she's coming set as well.
As that one gets ground over to second base, Miller Butler takes no time to grab that one over to first base to Elizabeth Stewart for that first out. Yeah, that's low in the zone means that as a pitcher you're going to get lots of ground balls, and that's what we want in a tournament like this, especially in the wind like this. If you're an outfielder today, what a nightmare! Oh my goodness, you you could not pay me to be in the outfield at the moment, as that first pitch is driven back by Marley Frid. If we had have had a glove, that could have been ours. Probably would have hit us instead, I'm not sure. Are you left or right-handed, Paul? That would have that would be the determining factor, because you're on the right side of me in the booth.
Yes, look, I would try and protect you, but at the end of the day, I'm diving for cover.
Okay, no worries. Well, yes, I'll hide behind my duct tape monitored screen. Sarah Scott's only thrown 19 pitches in so far, as that one is driven into centre field for a base shot from Marley Frid, opening up the base runners for South Australia this inning. Beautiful piece of the ball. Being able to hit that pitch through the middle of the field just means she's keeping her hands inside the ball and driving it forward, swinging through the ball. When you're hitting the ball to that middle part of the field, it means that you're doing things right. Sarah Scott getting ahead there. Bella Quolman up to bat. Bella's got the big league, throws right-handed, bat left-handed going for her. I'm always interested in people that do things, the different ways. Nice swing there. I'm left-handed and I bat left-handed, so I'm very boring.
I'm a righty. I bat right, throw right. Well, I try to bat right. I try to throw right. There's a lot of intent there.
You
but
umpire right-handed.
Yes.
Look, as long as the intent's there, that's fine. Oh, that's a beautiful spot on the outside of the plate there. Now we do notice South Australia may have shut down their running game a little bit with Gemma Golding behind the plate. We've seen a couple of very close plays and good throws from her. And that's what that, good catcher can do for your team. Kind of keeps that force in play for you, makes the double play balls easier for your defensive team.
People sometimes ask why the umpire isn't directly over the catcher's head. Why are they sort of off to the side a little bit? And it's because it is statistically the safer place to be. There's an area called the slot, which is between the batter and the catcher. You sort of try and line your head up just on the inside edge, just maybe a little bit off the inside edge. That one's fouled off. And it saves you theoretically from getting more and more fouls into the head and body. If you set up over top of the catcher, that's called the yellow zone. That's where it's, you might have an equal view of the inside and outside edge, but you're putting yourself into a bit more danger of a ball coming off the top of the bat into your face. And then if you're on the opposite side, you're in the red zone. That's the danger zone. And as an umpire, you should always be on the same side as the batter.
Yeah, and you notice that they set up on those opposite sides with that left and that right-handed hitters. Bella Quolman is taking a walk there.
And a mound visit coming out now.
Yeah, we've got time being called. Now, we do have sorts of things like pitching... pitch restrictions in this junior tournament, and it's to do with rest and things like that. Sarah Scott has thrown 31 pitches, and she's done a very, very good job. And the reason that she's coming out, it's not because she's not doing well, because we can very clearly see that she is, but if they let her pitch for longer, it means that she'll require more rest before she can pitch again or play again. So it depends on what they've got coming up in the next few days, and making sure that they've got as many players as possible available to play. Now, WA is undefeated in this tournament, and so they are wanting to have as many of their players available as they possibly can for the finals. Now, South Australia, where I know there's so much math that comes into these final series, and that is not my forte. I'll talk about the game and that. I'll let Eric and the brains at Baseball Australia really work out the yes and the no's and the maybes and the runs for and the runs against, and this team beat this team, but they beat them, but then there was that, and that person bought that person a coffee, and all of these other things that are all involved in what makes finals. So we know for sure that WA are in the finals. New South Wales are in the finals. South Australia are in the finals. That's
what I understand it to be.
Yeah, fantastic. And look, we've said already that this South Australian team is new. And it just shows the quality of those, all of those players coming through the South Australian roster. That this is, their first major tournament here as a team, and they are coming in to finals. Now, new pitcher for WA, Aaliyah Old, is up on the hill. We have Grace Sands up to bat. That one's in the dirt, but Golding is able to snag it and keep those runners from advancing.
Runners at first and second with one out, so potential infield fly situation as well.
Oh, got the umpire on. He's always thinking about umpiring things. We
always
love it.
Always watching for signals.
Definitely. And we talk about players needing to think about what's going to happen if the ball comes to me and things like that. As an umpire, you need to be thinking about, okay, runners on first and second, all right, this is an infield fly situation, or things like catch a speed up rules, or all of those sorts of things that you need to keep in the back of your mind. Or like, if the ball gets hit here, I have to move to this position.
Yes, we have delegations of responsibilities as umpires, depending on where the ball goes and what the situation is at the moment. There's also umpire communication that goes on between usually it's every batter. There'll be a signal going back and forth.
There's secret hand signals and everything.
Secret umpires business happens.
Oh.
So see if you can spot them and work out what they mean and what they're doing.
Oh, the only ones that I really are the outs, like the constant communication of how many outs that there are.
Yep.
That's one that's kind of always take note of. And that's a chopper back to Aaliyah Old. She thought about going to third base and then thought, no, the play is at first base. A great play there for the second out of the inning.
Wonderful sack swinging bunt, but I think the scorers can't put it down as a sack, can they?
No, yes, it is that hard thing where it's just a comebacker to the pitcher in the scorebook. But it's sometimes those swinging bunts are really effective. You can get yourself on base because it looks like it's going to come off hard, but it doesn't quite do that. We're just talking about catch a speed up rule, and we saw Marley Frid come off to put on her catcher's gear.
There's Evie Jennings coming on at third base.
Our favourite Speedy Evie. I hope she likes her nickname that Amy and I gave her last year. Up to bat is Olivia George, and a back pick to third base by Gemma Golding. Nearly got her. I was looking down. I didn't quite see it.
That was very close. I think Evie might have just taken a step further than she maybe needed to.
Yeah, with that great arm that Gemma has behind the dish. Got to be that little bit extra careful.
I think Evie likes to use her speed. She'll be looking for any kind of loose ball past the catcher here.
Absolutely. The good aggressive base running that we love here at the youth tournament. Nice eyes there, Olivia George. Talking about those swinging bunts, Olivia George had one in the first at-bat of the day. Got herself on the first base.
Yeah, you surprise people with it.
Well, you don't mean to do it, but if it works out in your favour, you're like, yep, yeah, sure.
What's the old saying? If it's silly but it works, it ain't silly.
Absolutely right. But if it's silly and it doesn't work, that's where you're in trouble.
Blame the coach.
Yeah. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Oh, that's a beautiful off-speed pitch by Aaliyah Old to get Olivia George swinging. That is the end of the second inning. South Australia were unable to reply to the WA score, and WA are ahead 4-0. We will take a short break and be back with you soon. Welcome back to this South Australia WA clash here at Melbourne Ballpark. If you've just joined us, WA are in fact 4 runs ahead of South Australia. I'll just try and get Spacequake's attention, if he could please add an extra run to the WA scorecard on the screen. That would be great. Now, we've had a defensive change for South Australia. Kaya Weeks has swapped into the catching duties. Marley Frid is having a rest, and Mackenzie Wigmore is taking over in right field. Up to bat is Summer Hiscock. And Lily Ruskin is continuing the pitching duties for South Australia. She's on 53 pitches so far. She's thrown the whole game. We're talking earlier about necessary rest after a certain number of pitches. There's minor outings, there's major outings, there's just too many pitches outings. And but yes, I would say that. So Lily will probably not be able to play maybe the next game. She might have to have a rest.
Is it a rest from playing, or is it a rest from pitching? I know that there are differences in what they consider rest.
Yes. Look, I will not claim to know. I'll be honest. I'm not versed in the minor and major score lines for pitching duties. As Owen skied up, foul.
This is on us. Almost.
And yeah, I kind of braced a little bit. It might have hit the top of our tent, but
I am trusting the Bunnings tent. I know it'll protect us.
I don't know. That was skied pretty high. That was a towering foul ball by Summer Hiscock.
I think that weather front is just coming in. If you look out towards the outfield, you can see that line of the change of weather.
Yes, towards the right field. It does look to be getting a little bit dark. Maybe the wind will ease off a little bit. Currently is not as windy as it has been. My monitor, which is currently duct taped to the table, is not in danger of flying off like it was earlier in the game. And what a driving shot down the left field line, which one hops over the fence for a ground rule double. Summer Hiscock with a lead-off double to left field to start this inning for WA. What a great shot that was.
It was a great pitch, and then just dispatched to that about sort of 5 metres in from the line. Left foot had no chance of getting across for that.
Oh, absolutely
Just
not.
The pace of the ball.
Yeah, that is a base hit for days. In to bat is Lily Duckworth, who she had an all right last at bat, didn't she?
Oh, she made contact, we'll say.
Made contact? Do you think it's landed yet? I'm not quite sure. I think I did see there are some people behind the home run fence with gloves, and they're watching this way, because if you missed it, Lily Duckworth has gone yard this game, and it was a beautiful swing. So I hope those people out behind the left field home run fence are actually watching, because they might get one in the score.
They'll get involved. You know what? Our space great guys won't like it, but I'll put a $10 prize for the first person who hits the camera on the other side of the home run fence.
I don't think our producer Jared will be very happy about that, because
It's got stinky eye.
well, yeah, he'll have to go out and fix it, which that's a bit of a trek. One ball, one strike on Lily Duckworth. A towering foul ball heading over to first base, and just misses the outstretched arms of Brooke McKechnie. Bella Quolman and Mackenzie Wigmore were pretty close to that as well.
Yeah, sometimes that's one that second base will call off first, but that one, it just didn't set up long enough for second to get a good read and get under it.
Yeah, look, it's really hard as a first baseman to catch that, because you're going directly backwards. It's much easier to judge the depth of that ball as the second baseman, but you've just got to travel the long way to get there. As Lily Duckworth is down on strikes, and she'll head back to the dugout. One out for South Australia, brings up Jamie Vlasic in the batter's box.
Lily calls time here to do the shoelaces up. Yeah, she's thrown a few pitches, but she's thrown a few strikes as well, and a few strikeouts that have, if you look at the scorecard there's quite a few Ks.
Absolutely. I mean, I'm just having a scroll through here, through Game Changer, and I've got number of pitches 62, total strikes 28. I think TS, that means total strikes, I believe. Yeah. I would have said that's more than that. But that's okay. Game Changer is the
oracle.
Absolutely. Yep. I'm just here to talk about it. They're there to count it. So.
And a shout out to our two scorers today, David and Michael, both from South Australia as well. So it's nice. For me, we've got some South Aussie eyes on the game.
Yeah, look, I'm feeling, I won't even say a little outnumbered, very outnumbered. The only Victorian in the booth. I've kicked Amy McCann out of the booth. She's having a well-deserved game off, but in true Amy McCann fashion, she's over-talking to people. So
this one's coming in, going to be a run.
That one gets away from the catcher, and Summer Hiscock has scored. Oh, that one actually went behind the batter. That's a cheeky one, but great base running by Summer Hiscock to advance and score on that. Oh, that is a beautiful pitch.
That's another K.
Absolutely. Lily Ruskin is doing a heck of a job on the hill for South Australia.
And it looks like pitch count is an issue. Whether they're making the change now or if they're just going to give it the prep.
I see a clipboard, so I'm calling a change.
Kim Ashworth, assistant coach for South Australia, former minor leaguer.
I did think he had a nice arm when he threw that back through that foul ball that he fielded as third base coach back to the pitcher.
Yes.
Now, you were talking about Lily Ruskin's day. She has had 6 strikeouts in her 2.5 innings work. A really, really great effort. 66 pitches.
Yeah, and she's what? No base runners this. Oh no, one base runner in this inning, 1 run come in. But WA is a powerhouse, and she's held them to 5 runs in 2 2/3 innings.
Absolutely right. I want to actually go and check that box score a little bit closer, because she's had 2.2 innings, 3 hits. That's all. 5 runs, 6 strikeouts, 3 walks. That is a really, really great scoreline. That's really great. Caps off to you, Lily Ruskin. Great day at the office for you. On to pitch now, we have Cara Sykes. Ooh, I like that. See the outfield joining in, having a bit of a rest out there. One of the very famous Altona freight trains heading past us, and has been heading past us for the last few minutes, and it's still going. Any train enthusiasts who want to count the number of trailers on this train would, or carriages, would probably lose track.
The grounds here at Altona are really, really well maintained. The grass on the infield and outfield here looks very, very even all across. And having the second diamond, the junior games, so close to the senior games, you know, the kids are able to go back and forth and watch, you know, their senior teammates, the senior state squads, and the senior state squads coming over here and watching and cheering on for their junior compadres as well. It's a really good atmosphere for encouragement, which I love.
It is, absolutely. You know, looking around the crowd at the moment as Elizabeth Stewart steps in, I see multiple Emeralds. Caitlin Einen's here to support and Megan Haggett are both here from the senior WA team to support the WA, and we see recent graduates of this young South Australian team in Hannah Nusky and Indigo Hazy Shawn here to watch their mates, their ex-teammates play in this tournament as well. So as you said, it's a fantastic venue for that team camaraderie.
Yeah, and for running the 2 tournaments, what's the word? Not consecutive. Cumulative, no, the other word. When they're at the same time.
Yep.
Alongside each other.
Consecutively.
No, that'd be one after the other.
Oh, no.
It?
I don't know. Yep. Anywho.
Yeah.
Wow.
We don't math, we don't English.
Yeah. We talk baseball.
Concurrent, that's the word I was looking for.
There you go. Fantastic. That one is fouled back.
Also popping out here, having a look, I notice the senior team coaches and some of the Team Australia officials, just to see what's coming through the pipeline, see what's coming up in the future, keeping their eye on the talent to come through.
Absolutely right. It's and there is talent. There is so much talent. I was talking to the Australian coach Jason Popfischel this morning, coming out here, and I asked him what he thinks about this game, or the competition, and he said there are some real athletic baseballers out there. He goes, there's some good arms, there's some good bats, there's just some really good body positioning in the plays that are being made at this young age, and it is, so exciting for the future of Australian women's baseball that these are our youth. These phenomenal baseball players are what's coming through, and is going to keep coming through, provided that they want to keep playing baseball, that is. I mean, it's not for everyone kind of long term, and that's fine, but for the people that want to, that one is hit over to the third base coach, who fields it beautifully. Emerson Padfield is in. Elizabeth Stewart was off on that pitch, so she has to come back and do it again. It's always the worst when you're a base runner and you're like, oh, I've got a great jump, but then they and there she goes again.
Yes, she did.
Yes.
Reflexes like a cat.
Yes, so we've got things flying all over the booth here. Trying to hold everything down where we possibly can. The table might take off soon. You know that scene in The Wizard of Oz where Dorothy's in her tornado in her house? I mean, I feel like we're going to see some cows fly by past. It is that windy here.
Well, yes. I mean, my favourite cow in a storm scene is from Twister.
Oh, yes, definitely.
There's a cow. There's a cow.
Now, we do have a question here. We say Elizabeth Stewart had been sent back to first base. She had stolen on the previous pitch. I'm not quite sure why she would have been sent back to first base because there was no contact. It was not a foul ball. It was just a check swing that was called a strike. So I'm not quite sure. So
did she unsteal it herself?
Yeah. Did she?
I mean, you
what
can
happens
do it.
in that situation?
You can do it. Good luck to the scorers, crediting the steal and then, unstealing it as well.
Yeah, I hope they brought their white out.
So, I mean, if the coach has called her back, then that's coach's error, and I think she would stay at first. If a player on the opposite team has mistakenly said no as a foul and sent her back, maybe you'd advance her. If an umpire has accidentally said the wrong thing, maybe you would advance her and undo the error. Looks like it may have been the runner herself or the coach just assuming.
Now we see Jules just asking the umpire for a bit of clarification on it. Oh, she's taking a lead over at first base is Elizabeth Stewart. Oh, okay.
Well, Liliana, plate umpire, seems to have appeased everyone. Now, an unnecessary pick-off there because the ball is not in play, so I think the runner will have to come back.
Again, play has not been called. Yeah, you're very right there.
Poor runner, send her back for the third time.
Yes, just collecting some extra steps for her, pedometer if she's wearing one.
Well, no smartwatches out there, hopefully.
Absolutely right.
That was a little bit of that tunnel vision we've talked about before where, the pitch is just like, right, I'm on the mound, I'm ready to play, and then I'll play. So...
Yes, but she did have to wait for the umpire to call play again after the conversation.
So she's going back for the fourth time.
I mean, yeah, just getting her steps in. We were talking to one of the Western Australian senior women's players earlier in the week, and she told us that the outfielder, Elodie O'Sullivan, actually covered something like 8 kilometres in the game as that pickoff gets away, and for the 76th time in this inning, Elizabeth Stewart heads up to second base. But this time,
stay there.
She's allowed to stay there. So she must be very pumped, and she's young, so she won't be tired. But if that was me, I'd be very tired by now.
I mean, covering 8 kilometres in a game, is that what do AFL footballers cover in a game? They'd be around
they're a lot more than
12
that.
12 to 15?
I think so, yes. But yeah, in a baseball game, you don't think about all of those. How many, the steps from. I think they were playing on. They're on the first base side, and she was playing left field. So all the way out, all the way back, all of the backing up, all of Oh, what a beautiful shot down the right field line. Got past the right fielder. Emerson Padfield takes second base and scores Elizabeth Stewart. And now she can go take a well-deserved rest because she too has also just run about 8 kilometres just in her one trip around the diamond. Here we see this pitch again. It was on the outside. That swing was beautiful. Gets past the outstretched Mackenzie Wigmore in right field. Brings in Amani Morowick, whose aggressive swing at the first pitch. Cara Sykes on the hill for South Australia. has come in this inning. Oh.
Just slipped out of the fingers, that one.
That one did, absolutely. Sometimes it happens.
You know who else does a lot of steps in the game? Is the base umpires. And you probably don't even realise it, but they're going in and out and moving depending on where the runners have gone. They're in and out frequently through each innings.
Absolutely, and they don't get to sit down for half of it either.
Plate umpire doesn't do quite as many steps, but does a lot of squats.
Definitely, yep. It's leg day for a home plate umpire whenever they are at the field. Oh, foul ball. Morowick comes back, has another go. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Now this is the last day of pool play in this tournament for these teams, and tomorrow we head into the finals series. Great pitch there, sends Morowick back to the dugout, and that is the 3rd out of the inning. That is 3 strikeouts for the inning, only 1 by Sykes, 2 for the former pitcher, Lily Ruskin.
Yes.
But we will take a quick wind break and hold down the fort, literally, and we'll be back with you very shortly.
Here's to generations of fearless, unstoppable.
Hit hard on the ground. From his knees, she is safe.
I can. And I will.
Good game for Monet Davis.
And I am. Here's to the next generation. Find your league. Get in the game.
We are back at Altona. I am Amy Cannington, your host for this afternoon's game of WA and South Australia. Joining me is umpiring great, Paul Vendigoff.
I know people who are listening back home who would be looking twice at their phones for that.
They'll be sending me a message and
hello to the rebels.
Giving me the real scoop. It is a great game here. We have WA in the lead, 6-0, sorry. Aaliyah Old is starting her 2nd inning of work on the hill, throwing some beautiful off-speed pitches. Juno Bromley is in to bat for South Australia. It's kind of a nice day. When there's no wind, it's a nice day here in Melbourne, but otherwise not so much. That is a ground ball over to Elizabeth Stewart at first base. And she goes, "You're right, Aaliyah. You're right, Isla. I've got this play." Defensive change for WA. Miller Butler is having a well-deserved rest, and Isla Kalabic is taking over duties at 2nd base.
Just looking back at the end of the last innings, Kara Sykes 17 pitches, 11 of them were strikes. Pretty good percentage for someone coming in.
Absolutely right. That is very true. We've had time called by the great Jules Wadham, coach of the South Australian team. We are positioned right here next to the scorers, so we are in the know sometimes. Sometimes we miss things as well, but that's okay. Up to bat is not Lillian Sterry. It will be Isla Scott.
Now, a fun fact that I've just picked up. So Western Australia made a defensive change, bringing in Isla Calabeck, number 44. South Australia bringing in Isla Scott,
Absolutely.
number 44. Both named Isla, both 44.
Well, I hope that they have a photo after the game. Now, I was also thinking, having a little bit of deja vu, because the starting pitcher for WA was Sarah Scott. So we've got Scots, we've got surname Scots everywhere, we've got Islas everywhere. It's all a bit confusing sometimes, but Aaliyah Old is throwing some beautiful pitches on the hill. Whoa, that breaking ball is catching everyone off guard.
Yep. I'd like to do a bit of a data analysis of just the names that are involved in the juniors versus the seniors, because the seniors has a lot of Abbies and Amy's and Allies, and there's lots of Islas and Mackenzies and all that sort of thing in the lower grades, just to see how the generational name changing, name selection has changed over the years.
It is very interesting.
Isla strikes out there.
Absolutely. Look, I don't blame her. I probably would strike out to Aaliyah Old as well. She is dominating. She's getting ahead, then she's throwing that breaking pitches. Cara Sykes is in. To bat. Aggressively going at that first pitch, because she knows that that breaking ball is coming next.
And there it is.
Absolutely. Finishing on the outside of the plate. Too good not to swing at. 2 strikes on the hitter. Oh, beautiful pitch just outside. Great eye there by Cara Sykes. When you see an umpire make a good call like that, do you kind of just go, yep, good one, well done?
Well, there is actually a secret signal between umpires on the field when they agree that they've made a good call.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. This is total secret squirrel business.
So it's either the fists on top of each other.
Oh,
that means, yep, great call, you got it
go.
right. I agree with you. Don't bother coming and talk to me about it. The coach argues. Like, I agree with you 100%.
If you do, I'm just going to tell you that it was a good one. Nice eyes here by Sykes.
Full count.
Now one on the outside. Really patient batting there. Gets herself a walk.
Great discipline after that breaking ball for the second strike to hold off on the next pitches, to just not be talked into swinging for them.
Absolutely, that's it, and that is so hard when you don't want to leave that in the umpire's hands sometimes, because you don't know whether what you're seeing is the same to them. Shout out to umpires, because it's a hard gig. Back pick, not in time. Gemma Golding just making sure everyone remembers that she has a cannon. Absolute cannon. Brooke McKechnie up to bat.
Swung at one a little bit up in the zone for her. I think she'll hopefully readjust and just have the discipline. Good hold off on that one.
Definitely. Two outs here for WA. Now, these games can change so quickly, but at the moment, you would say the WA are fairly in control of this game.
It certainly feels like it. But there's still, how much time do we have left? About 40 minutes, half hour, 40 minutes, somewhere around that.
Started at 1:30. Is that one that gets through Golding on the swing? Sykes advances.
So we're looking at a finishing time around about 10 past 3 local time, which is about 25 minutes away. So easily enough time for another 2 innings. So this one and then 2 more. I think South Australia's certainly switching on enough to have a good go and hold Western Australia to account.
Absolutely right. I mean, they are holding Western Australia from having that really big batting inning that we do see, where if the 7 runs is scored in one inning by the batting team, they have to come off and let the other team bat, as we see Elliot Old firing one in there for a strikeout and the 3rd out of the inning. So even though we're saying that WA seem to are currently in control of the game, I say currently because, as I said, this game can change so quickly, and I've seen it so many times. This is my third Nationals out here at Altona calling this fantastic tournament, and I know how fast it can change. So there's no point in this tournament or in these games where you go, yep, that is definitely the team that's going to win this game, because it just doesn't happen that way. It can
be a pitch, it can be a play, it can be an innings, it can turn on all sorts of things.
Absolutely right. But I think they do need to, if South Australia are going to come back in this game, they're going to need to string a few hits together and get some runners on base and put that defensive, that pressure on the WA defence. Yep. Hard to do when there's a pitcher with the quality of Leah Old and Sarah Scott against them.
Cara Sykes back for another inning.
Yes, we've just got our eagle eyes out trying to see if we do have any fielding changes. It is a little bit easier to spot the fielding changes from the main diamond because we're up high. We can kind of see that little bit better, and we're not getting blasted in the face by wind. But I don't see any fielding changes at the moment for South Australia.
Coaches haven't come over to talk to the scorers and umpire, so we'll just presume we're close enough.
Yeah, that is a very valid point. Up for WA, we do have 9-1-2 in the order. So coming back up to that main middle, chunk of that order.
Well, I think as a perpetual 9-hole hitter, they always refer to the 9-hole as the second lead-off.
Absolutely right. Generally, they are someone who's difficult to get out. But your job lower down in the order is get on base.
Yep.
However you can, get on base. And so that's what Sienna Sealer is trying to do in the top of the 4th here at Melbourne Ballpark. In case you've just joined us, I am Amy Cannington. I like playing baseball and I like talking about baseball. I've done a bit of it around and I am loving the baseball and the pitching that Cara Sykes is giving South Australia at the moment.
We've got a great view here. The cameras can't quite pick it up. We can see it just as it's coming in, especially catching that outside corner.
Definitely. We do get to see the off-speed pitches because we are so close we can actually see the rotation on the ball sometimes here. Up close and personal, that's for sure. Out in the elements. I don't want to say the R word, but I'm hoping that we're not going to get rain today or tomorrow, as tomorrow is the start of the final series here. WA heading through, currently undefeated. Sienna Sealer takes a lead-off walk. South Australia and New South Wales are through. I'm not certain whether the 4th team has been confirmed because there's a bit of runs for and runs against and who beat who and how many runs was this and that, and that's definitely not my domain as we see Sealer take off. This is very hard to catch runners stealing on these small diamonds. That and double plays. You don't see a lot of double plays. Your regulation,
6 4 3s.
6 to 4 to 3 or 4 to 6 to 3 or even 5 to 4 to 3 double plays for those in the lingo.
I think most of them have been line drives and then double ups.
Exactly right.
Yeah.
That is much more common here if it's a line drive and the player who hasn't. As that one gets skied in the air, the outfielder is heading back and it has
It's another one.
Gemma Golding has hit a home run for WA.
Fist pump there as she comes around third. She's happy, but she's playing it a little bit cool.
Absolutely. And there
the teammates are going off.
Absolutely. There is the bit of the dog pile in there. Here we see on the replay, she did not actually get all of that. That went pretty high. Centre fielder went back, and went, oh no, it's gone. And what a swing. Hard to come back from a home run for Cara Sykes as the pitcher, but definitely not the first home run that we have seen in this tournament.
Or even this game.
Even in this game, absolutely right. But it doesn't make them any less exciting. Kind of makes you feel a little bit better as a pitcher. Go, oh, I just got hit for a home run. But lots of other people have also been hit for a home run, so it's okay.
And Cara comes back with a nice strike to start off the next batter.
Absolutely. Isla Calabeck coming in for her first at-bat of this game. Cara Sykes keeping it nice and low. One ball, one strike. Looking to get a ground ball here and get the first out of the inning, as that one is hit down the right field line, and it will land fair for a base hit for Isla Calabeck. When your team is hitting and they are hitting well, there is lots of green field out there, isn't there? We see this go down the right field line. Whether the wind held that in fair or what, we don't know. It is blowing a gale here at Melbourne Ballpark.
Sometimes when you're on the mound and that situation happens, you think to yourself, like, how are they finding the holes? Just hit one to my fielders. We've got 8 of them or 7 of them out there.
Absolutely.
Just hit one to them.
Yes.
But West Australia are very good at hitting them where they ain't.
WA are definitely, that was the coach's chat before the game. Hit them where the South Australians aren't, please, and they are doing just that, as that one is drilled down the left field line. Summer Hiscock is in to bat. She's had a walk and a double this game. A couple of stolen bases. Playing a mean shortstop for WA as well. Looking to score her team a run. Oh, early on that one again. Great swing.
Turning early on it, I see the West Australia base coach is dropping further and further back out of the line of fire.
That one gets away from the catcher. Kaya Weeks advances the runner. Now we've been talking about the steps that you take in a game. Speaking of, there is Elodie O'Sullivan come down to watch the WA team. She's got her Light and Easy, which is the sponsor of the tournament here. Third base coaches, they also do lots of steps because they have a lot of different positions. Oh, goodness me, that one nearly... She pulled that one so far foul that nearly hit Lily Duckworth in the on-deck circle. That's a great effort. Yes, you see them in a variety of positions, all to help the base runners know where be able to see them in the best position. So, there is a coach's box, but it's a bit more of a suggestion, especially for a third base coach. And the same as first base coach, when you've got a runner on first, you need to be in line with the pitcher so that you can see the pick-off attempt nice and easily. So, the coaching boxes are a bit of a
suggestion, a guideline.
Stand about here. But when you've got runners on base, stand where you're going to be able to help. And Summer Hiscock, after all of those foul balls, gets herself on base with a walk, which brings up Lily Duckworth.
We've got a ghost player situation happening.
We do.
Looks like McKechnie's going off to the bullpen.
Yes, now that is a rule that has been in for the last couple of years. So McKechnie has come off, Brooke McKechnie's come off so that she can go over to the bullpen and warm up to pitch. When there's a difference between just throwing the ball and pitching, and so to make sure that we're reducing the possibility of arm injuries, we have the ghost player has been implemented. Summer Hiscock is off to second base, and so another player can come on and take that position whilst the pitcher comes, or the future pitcher comes off to warm up. They don't technically go on the scorebook as that ghost player there. So technically we still see Brooke McKechnie at first base. If there's a play over there, it will go to her stats, as that one is hit hard on the ground to Lily Duckworth. And the ghost player
straight into the action
of Brooke McKechnie did a great pick. I will tell you.
That's Kaya Ding, is it?
Yes, that is Kyla Ding. Yeah. She had a great pick at first base over there.
Still laughing about it.
Isla Scott made a great play as well, but Lily Duckworth gets herself an RBI, scores a run. That is one out for South Australia, as this one again is fouled off nearly to the on-deck circle. Which, if you think about the angles involved, it's a very good effort.
It's very cricket-like, isn't it?
It is a little bit. Jamie Vlasic up to bat.
Another good thing about the ghost player substitution they do is that it's also a time-saving factor, because it means when the pitcher comes on, they're warm. They don't have to throw 10 pitches to get warm. It should be 5 and they're good to go.
Yes, that is. I hadn't thought of that as a reasoning as well. And we do know that these games go fast. We've got the speed-up rule for the catchers. If there's 2 out and your catcher's on base, they can come out and have someone come in and run for them for free. Again, that poor player, if they go and do some excellent base running and steal bases, that actually goes on the statistics of the catcher. It's the only way some catchers might get a stolen base. Catchers aren't renowned for their speed.
So we are still top of the 4th, 1 out, and we're approaching the point. There's around about 11 or 12 minutes left. So South Australia really needs to power on and get some action happening here.
It's a walk for Jamie Vlasic.
We have started the inning, so we will have to finish the inning.
A new player in to bat.
99.
Stevie Oates coming in for Elizabeth Stewart. Well, now Elizabeth Stewart did run up and back to between first and second base about 7 times in her last time on base. So she may be having a well-deserved rest. As we see all of the Ontakar starting to fly around the field. Players are going to start to look like they've been sliding when they haven't. It's just just the wind that's just covered them all in the Ontakar.
So we just had another example of pitcher tunnel vision. Started pitching, runner started taking off to steal, and the batter and the umpire were not in and ready to play. So, reset, and here we go again.
First up out of the game for Stevie Oates. That runner again takes off. The runner on third base, you're less likely to see that throw over to second unless maybe your catcher is really confident that they're going to make that play.
Or you've got that first and third play worked out. You've got a cut-off happening. You've got a fake throw. You've got a cut-off throw. I've seen a few of them in the juniors, but I haven't seen anything today with it. It just seems like they're letting the runners go because no one's wanting to put any kind of injury on the line with the final rounds coming up.
Yeah, look, that's a possibility. That's for sure. It also depends on what the priority runner is and things along those lines. I mean, South Australia will be trying to limit the number of runs that are scored here by WA to try and come back and make the game a bit closer or get ahead, which mathematically is impossible in an inning, since they can only score 7 runs. But
unless
those
7 runs, unless you've got runners on base and hit a home run, then
yes,
all the runs will score. And
that is
look,
the only one.
Only
way.
Home runs are not as scarce as hen's teeth as they used to be because we've seen a lot of them in the last few days.
We really have, absolutely. We do see time being called by Julie Wadham, the superstar coach of the South Australian team, and she's taking the ball from Cara Sykes and saying, really great job, we are very proud of you, and we will see Brooke McKechnie coming on to pitch. 46 pitches for Sykes. Now, this is where the ghost player of Kyla Ding will become should become a whole player. Because
resurrected.
Absolutely. Even though she's on the field, she has been the ghost player, so she's not technically on the scorebooks. But now that the player that she was replacing, Brooke McKechnie, has come onto pitch, Kyla Ding will be
legitimised, I suppose.
Yes. Now, correct me if I'm wrong, but does Kyla have a sibling that might be playing in the same sort of time frame as she is this week?
Yes, there's one of the many representatives from Woodville Senators Baseball Club in the seniors there. Dakota Ding is a very, very handy pitcher to have on the roster, and also a fantastic hitter, and has got wheels.
Yeah, just one of those multi-tool players. I got to see her play earlier in the week. Picked herself up a very handy hit late in a game. Saw her pitch. Big fan, and I know that I'm looking forward to watching Kylo play as well.
Well, you reckon we should be getting a bat in the bottom half of the inning?
No, I do not think so, because she's replacing Cara Sykes, and she only recently hit, unfortunately. So no, which is a shame. But hey, maybe tomorrow we'll get to see that. Now we are back up the top. Oh no, we're not. Sorry, my apologies. Emerson Padfield is up to bat for WA. Handy hitter, picked herself up a double to right field her last at bat. Brooke McKechnie will be trying to get at least one out with bases loaded for WA and one out. Handy double play would be nice. Wouldn't complain about a nice one like that.
That's a nice looking pitch.
I do love junior baseball. Sometimes it's everyone gets to have a turn of pitching, even if it's not something that you're renowned for. But sometimes it's having the opportunity that actually gives you the love for it. And then you go, no, you know what? When I go back home, I want to practice that, and I want to get better at it, and I want to, become a pitcher.
Yeah, and if you can go back to your junior club and build yourself into someone who can come in as the fourth or fifth, if things have gone awry, you can come in and just shut things down. Your coaches are going to love it.
Absolutely right. Someone to throw as that one gets popped up in the air. That is another one of those infield fly situations. The umpires were all over it. Great catch there by Olivia George for the second out of the inning. Just definitely didn't get all of that. Olivia George ready, looking for that secondary play straight away. Two outs for South Australia.
Makes it easy now. Infield player base.
Absolutely. As they sometimes say, kick a bag. Any bag will do with loaded bases. Amani Morowick is up to bat. Umpire just needed to stretch your legs out between all of those squats maybe and
Look, we do appreciate when your team is batting, or if you've got people on the bench, the things that go to the backstop, on-deck batter or someone from the bench comes out and grabs it, saves the other catcher's legs, saves the umpire's legs.
Oop.
And it just keeps the game moving a bit quicker as well.
Absolutely. See, Brooke had something around her wrist. As a pitcher, you're not allowed to have bracelets or anything colourful around your wrist, as it may deter the batter.
Yeah, and also anything that might, rings and stuff that can affect the ball.
Yes. Foul ball by Morowick.
Interesting, Western Australia, a lot of them seem to be using the same bat. So the on-deck batter isn't actually swinging.
Yes,
just standing there chilling.
I have noticed that. I mean, probably a suggestion would be to borrow a different bat and just have a bit of a swing, because, I mean, the point of having an on-deck circle is to stand there and take some swings and get your timing in with the pitch. So that when you get up to the bat, your turn at bat, you've got your timing, you're in the same kind of mental, the right mental headspace. But you're right. I have seen another batter doing that.
I mean, maybe they're superstitious because, I know baseballers rarely are, but, I won't touch any other bat except for the bat I'm going to use.
That's a good joke because, yes, baseballers are very superstitious. Don't stand on lines. We must do things the same way.
One,
We've
two,
got our
three,
little
1, 2, 3.
routines. Yep, definitely. Some people are worse than others. Sienna Sealer is up to bat. Summer Hiscock did just score. Third on, we have loaded bases for WA. Marnie Morowick on first base.
Oh, that was a nice one too.
Stevie Oates on second base and Jamie Vlasic on third base.
Just heard from spies around the place, apparently another home run hit on the main diamond.
Ooh.
I think that'd be 5.
Did your spies tell us who the player was?
Could have been Abby Mack, possibly.
Ooh, maybe an Abby Mack, a Victorian home run. I know that Takara Geldenhouse hit one in the previous game.
So did Caitlin Island, I believe.
Caitlin Island hit one as well.
So, look, I'm petitioning. I'm talking to Eric and saying, look, we need to get a little trophy and form a bomb squad. Every time a senior player hits one out of a full-size park, they get their name added to the thing and go back a few years if we can. I think going back to 2024, I think we've got everyone who's hit one since then is here this week as well. So we'll try and get maybe a group photo of everyone together.
Oh, that would be very fun.
Just celebrate it, form a little secret club and have secret meetings.
I drop third strike. And
bit of chaos catching up. There we go, and that's stepping on home plate with bases loaded, drop third strike.
So there's no automatic out with 2 outs. The runner did have to run to first base. The catcher had the ball, maybe forgot that it was loaded bases. It was a force, and all the runners had to run. The runner on third base, we can see here on the replay, ball kind of bobbles out She misses the tag to first base, thinks about throwing there.
Then someone else yells something else.
Yep, someone else tells her to go somewhere else. And she goes.
And it's a stalemate. And then someone finally says, just step on the plate.
Yep, great job, Brooke McKechnie, helping out your field and helping that out.
Now, why is that? It's because basically it's a forced play. It's the ball put in play.
Exactly right.
Yeah, I mean, the other way is the batter just gives themselves up and walks off, and that'll be...
Yes, if the batter commits to going to the dugout,
they've abandoned it. Yep.
They are automatically out. You don't have to make the play, but otherwise you do need to make a play on that. Now back to the home runs at Nationals. I've only been part or on a team where a home run has been hit against my team just once, and that was when I was playing for New South Wales. I was playing centre field, and Abby Mack hit one over in Canberra, and that's a big ballpark.
Yeah,
that is a big ballpark. And I remember, off the bat, I did my drop step, turned, running. It was over left field, yelling to my left fielder, back, 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 and then seeing the trajectory of the ball and just going,
don't worry,
just leave it. That's gone. It's such an interesting. So interesting to just be on the opposite end of that. It's all very fun.
Look, as an umpire, when you're behind the plate and a batter just the contact, immediately it's going. The feeling is incredible because you didn't hit it, but you were there for it. You were a metre and a half away from the point of contact.
Yep.
The sound of it hitting the bat. Usually the catchers will make some kind of like ooh or wow or some kind of comment.
Yeah.
And I was behind the plate when Jess Maslin hit one over a couple of years ago.
Yes.
And I immediately went, oh.
We did as well in that Amy and I were up calling that game in the booth, and yes, we made a very similar sound as that one. I still remember seeing the trajectory of the Jess Maslin home run over left field a couple of years ago. That was a cracker shot. We are here in the bottom of the fourth, and this will be the last half inning of this game. We have WA in command here. The only scenario where South Australia could make this a very tight game is if they score 6 runs and then they get loaded bases and the batter then hits a grand slam. That is the only way that they can score 10 runs to make this a tied game.
Yeah, so even though mathematically under the 7-run rule, we have a result, because of stats and tournament rules and international WBSC conditions, you have to play it out. So, SA is getting... Yeah, and it's good to get another few batters a chance to see some pitching.
Absolutely right. Now, there are some defensive changes for WA. Sophie Dowsett is on the hill. We still have Gemma Golding behind the plate. What a game she has had. Stevie Oates over at first base. And that is all. Now, Kaya Weeks was our leadoff hitter. She struck out, and we're just seeing a beautiful play just not go WA's way. That was Mackenzie Wigmore coming through, hitting a hard hit ground ball. We can see here on the replay. Nice pitch there by Dowsett. Collected, but not quite able to handle it over at first base was Oates. That means there is a runner on first base. There is 1 out. Up to bat we have Bella Quolman. Really nice pitch.
She's pitching a blinder, isn't she?
Yeah, look, the 6 pitches that she has currently thrown have all been very impressive. Looks very in control, very back pick to first base, just not in time.
6 strikes from 8 pitches. It's almost like she came on with the memo from the boss, just get this done.
Absolutely, throw strikes. Now that we've said how well she's pitching, she's just thrown that one a little bit wild past Golding. One out for South Australia in the last inning of this game.
Still lots of noise coming from the South Australia dugout too.
There is always a lot of noise coming from the South Australian dugout. I would guess there would be quite a few croaky voices.
And probably a steady supply of sugar as well.
Well, absolutely fair. I did see a day in the life of the EO of the South Australian women's team, and the snacks collection in that dugout was phenomenal.
Megan has a system, doesn't she?
Next time South Australia is playing over in the main diamond, I'm going to go and raid the snacks.
That's actually one of the benefits of being an umpire too, is between innings you go and do what I call a lolly inspection and just make sure they're all up to scratch. Just sample them to make sure.
There you go. Noted. A walk there but from Bella Quammen that has 2 on base for South Australia. Grace Sands up to bat. Ball's gotten away. Runners will advance. Now, we were just talking about home runs that were hit over on the main field in the WA versus New South Wales game.
Yeah.
And we have just seen a beautiful graphic that has let us know that Caitlin Einan, the GOAT, hit 2 home runs. Not 1, but 2. And one of them was a grand slam.
2 for 2, 6 RBI, 2 home runs, and scored 4 times herself.
What a day out. Absolute day out for Caitlin Einan. In a World Cup year, I mean, look.
She's making a statement, isn't she?
She certainly is. It's going to be rather impossible after, the results that she is achieving. She dual award winner from last year's Nationals. Golden Arm and MVP. Oh, I may have that wrong. She was definitely Golden Arm.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
I think Claire O'Sullivan might have been MVP, but she definitely won 2. So another one of the awards. As we see Grace Sands go down on strikes. South Australia are up to their last out of this game. And time is being called by the WA coach. Ghost player is coming on.
Who are you going to call?
I'm going to think of that every time now.
Good.
Emerson Padfield is coming off to warm up. There is only 1 out left in the game, so it might not be a long warm up.
Probably they're looking to keep Dowsett's pitch count minimal.
Look, definitely 17 pitches so far. Maybe just a little bit of insurance there. We are up to the top of the South Australian batting order, so I think it's possibly a really good call by the WA coaches just to make sure they've got someone ready to go if there's a hit or 2. Olivia George hitting for South Australia.
It has been a tough day for South Australia on the scoreboard, but I think they know that they're just kind of pacing themselves a bit for the next few days.
Absolutely, as she hits that one to second base. Isla Calabeck was not able to get that play before the speedy Olivia George got up to first base.
And SA is on the board.
SA is on the board. Mackenzie Wigmore has scored. That's an RBI for Olivia George. And South Australia still have 2 runners on with 2 out. Juno Bromley up to bat. As that one goes right up the middle.
Oh, through all of them.
Yes, past the pitcher, past the outstretched glove of the shortstop. And it is a base hit, RBI to Juno Bromley. And that is the second run. Second run?
Second run for South Australia. I tell you what, look, I'm no mathematician.
Run. Yes.
But South Australia's doubled their score in 1 pitch. So I think in about 5 pitches' time, they'll have caught up. That's how it works, right?
Look, you do you. Go for it.
First and second with 2 outs.
Absolutely, and it's been off about 3 pitches too. I mean, I'm trying to catch up with my scoring, but I haven't been successful. Isla Scott up to bat. Isla Calabeck playing second base. Isla and Ilan both wearing number 44.
The odds.
Yeah, absolutely right.
What if she line drives to 40 and just they put it on the scorebook? That'd be.
Yeah, 44 to 44. One gets away. George and Bromley advance.
Great to see players still rocking the No More sleeves around the place too. Definitely.
No More Day was yesterday, where players linked arms and said no more to family violence. It's an initiative that has been supported by the Women's National Championships for many years now, back to when I was playing, which feels like a very long time ago. We wore orange socks for quite a while. Then there were some orange wristbands last year, and now some orange arm sleeves this year.
Yep, I had the beanie this year.
Oh, yep, the beanie.
Still got my socks from a few years ago when I was umpiring, and they are long socks.
They are.
Especially for my short legs. That's a walk picked.
Very nice walk for Isla Scott. Time being called by Golding, and we didn't think we would see it, but we do. Kyla Ding is up to bat.
She's getting the chance.
She is. Oh, we hear.
Where's the family? They're here somewhere.
Great cheering happening. Loaded bases for South Australia. Oh, beautiful pitch there. Sophie Dowsett getting ahead. 2 outs for WA. Nice comeback here from South Australia as Ding hits that ball over to shortstop. Oh, that's a beautiful play by Summer Hiscock to finish this game off.
And that is the game. Well, I mean, South Australia, they started to put some hits together, and at the end, got a bit of offense happening, got on the scoreboard. That's always important, just psychologically to say, yes, look, we got on there. We made some stuff happen where we needed to. Western Australia, though, dominant. And look, given both of these teams are through, I think the next couple of days of play are going to be very, very interesting indeed.
They are. Shout out to Lily Duckworth and Gemma Golding for their home runs. Shout out to the wind here at Altona for making life just that little bit harder than it needs to be. Lily Ruskin for South Australia. Heck of a job on the hill. Same as Cara Sykes. Some really solid pitching there. Lots of strikes. That's what we like to see.
And lots of ball put in play. Yeah.
Absolutely.
It wasn't a walkathon. The fielders got together, had to do some things. Great catches taken. But yeah, those home runs, this is the year for it, isn't it? It seems like every team is pretty much putting something out.
Absolutely right. Multiple home runs in a day. We are loving to see it. That is the end of our game today. Thank you for joining us. WA have come out victors, 10-2. Thank you for joining me in the booth, Paul. It's been wonderful.
Thank you for having me. Thanks for leading the charge. And I think we'll be seeing everyone from the main diamond tomorrow.
Okay, thank you very much. Bye.
Here's to generations of fearless, unstoppable.
Hit hard on the ground. From his knees, she is safe.
I can. And I will.
Good game for Monet Davis.
And I am. Here's to the next generation. Find your league. Get in the game.
Let's have some fun today.
Win or lose, always do your best. Good job. Here we go, kid.
Let's do this, girls. We got this.
Let's get some bats going. Find yours. Find yours. Get there, baby. Get there, kid. 1, 2, 3. Let's go, Gordon.
Family violence. In our country, it's a massive problem.
Sporting groups are creating their own domestic violence action plans and they're making a difference. I've seen people step up and I've seen people speak out.
Clubs all over Australia should have an action plan to stop domestic violence.
It's definitely important for us to come together and say no more to this form of abuse.
Please talk with your family, talk with your mates about what you can do.
Domestic violence is everybody's business.
There's a breed out there that don't fit the mould. They don't see a challenge. No failures. Just lessons. And while you might not have seen it, they've been working. They don't fit in. They're happy to be different. Excuses. What's that? They don't need to be the best. Just better than they were yesterday. And while some see different, we see better. PTP. Different. Better.
Domestic violence is everybody's business.
And it's not just the physical abuse, it's the things we don't see.
It is hurting our families. It is killing our families.
A lot of people have been silent to this fact, and I think it's about time we all speak up together and say no more to this form of abuse.
No more.
No more. No more family violence.
No more to the family violence.
No more. No more.
No more.